Hi, well, this is Gateway Library. We're going to take you through a tour of our databases. So, starting from our home page, you'll see that we do have one featured at the top. This is called OneSearch. OneSearch is actually, it's kind of like a mega search engine. It's called a discovery tool. So what it enables us to do is search multiple databases at once instead of just one at a time like we used to do. And since we subscribe to over 100 databases, this is really helpful to discover information from areas that you may not have thought about searching. It goes into our databases, our ebooks. You can also search within our print books and our streaming media and video. So it's a really nice tool. The issue that some students have with using OneSearch is it gives you lots of results, and we just need to know how to narrow down, and we'll work on that in this tutorial. If you go down a little bit further on the Gateway website, you'll see there's a link for databases, so we're going to go there. And we still have our link for OneSearch here. You can search from the home page on OneSearch. You can do it from here. I wanted to bring your attention again over to Google Scholar. So in a previous video, you can also find that video on the website, on the home page. I showed you how to set up Google Scholar from home so that you can access our database articles with your Google search, which is really nice. That'll save you some money because some of the articles they want to charge for unless you subscribe to them. So up here, you'll notice that we have our databases in different categories. If you can't really see the category you're looking for, you can do a search databases by title, and you can go through here and see what different databases we have. And if you've heard of one, you can look through here too. So there is a way to do, and databases by subject is what we have it default set to. So the reason why I would go and search a database from here is if I wanted to specifically just search within one. So let's say I know I have to do a pro-con paper and I want to read some articles, and I know you have some pro-con databases that may not come up within the OneSearch. I'm going to go to Hot Topics, and I can search directly in these different pro-con databases. Opposing Viewpoints is a good one. Issues and Controversies. They search topics that are controversial and give you both sides of an issue. So that's one reason why. Also, we have some specialty databases within different content areas that may not come up in OneSearch. There's one in our culture database, so that's another reason. I'm going to go ahead and do a search within OneSearch so you can see what happens. I just did a general search for the keyword diabetes. I didn't do any narrowing, and you'll notice that I have 2 million hits. So that's everything that's getting pulled from all these different sources, which is a lot, more than I need. If you look over here though, on this left side, you'll see that we do have filters. One thing you want to make sure when you're doing your search online is that you click fully available online. So that's going to give you everything that we have access to within our subscribed databases. It's possible that your instructor said you have to use a scholarly journal. So then we'll do fully available online, and it's going to be scholarly. And you'll see how, now it's gone down a little bit more. And let's say now we also need one that's going to be peer reviewed. So it just keeps narrowing down, but we still have 782,000 articles. So this is where we need to start narrowing down exactly what we're looking for. So there's a lot of different ways you can narrow down. Let's say I just want to have a journal article, and I'm going to go down here. I want it to be within the last 12 months on diabetes. So you'll see the number starting to go down now. And then you can also search by different disciplines. So when you go to more, you'll see all the different disciplines they have. So let's say I want to find about diabetes and dentistry. So I'm going to include that item. And then I have to go back up to the top and hit apply. That's where it gets a little tricky. So now I'm down to 220 articles that are scholarly from a journal, peer-reviewed within the last year. So I'm starting to narrow down even more. There's other ways you can narrow down on the left also, besides the ones that we've already done. So, but we did do a tutorial in the module about how to narrow down in databases using the word and. So I want to know about diabetes and what? So diabetes and maybe depression. I'm going to do search. So I've got a lot of filters set up. I'm doing diabetes and depression in dentistry basically, right? And it's got to be a journal that's peer-reviewed, scholarly, and it's available full text. So now I'm down to 13. So you'll see that's how that works. So once we do that, we can go and get into the article. Most articles will have a PDF that you can print. You can also share it. If it's an article within a database that we subscribe to, so these are open access articles. Let's try to find one that's available within one of our databases. I'm going to clear my filters. So this one, for example, says original research, which is really nice. The other thing that's nice about this database, or the OneSearch, is that it'll give you who it's cited by. It'll also tell you who's tweeted it, who's maybe put it in their Mendeley tool. Over here, if I want to make sure I can come back and find that article, I can email the article to myself. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up this article. So when you're off campus, this will come up the first time that you go in for the session. And right here, this is from Science Direct. So it's going to give you a PDF, and it shows you that, you know, we're subscribed to this one. Unfortunately, within Science Direct does not provide citations. So that's one of the ones that we would have to use Noodle Tools to create the citation for. Let's see if we can find another one that would maybe have a citation available. So let's do a magazine article. And diabetes and depression in geriatrics. So this is coming from one of our databases called Gale. You can see at the top, it'll tell me which one it is. And this one actually has a citation tool. So I can either copy the citation and put it in my Works Cited, or I can export this to our citation tool called Noodle Tools. There's also a Google Drive option. So this is the link to the article right here. If I did want to print it, I would probably download it and print it first. You can save it to your Google Drive. So that these are some really nice features of using one of the databases that we subscribe to.